units all in.
And we've got to get all the equipment cleaned off.
Okay, let's get it picked up. Try to keep the gear out of the mud this time.
You know what they say, Cap? You can keep the gear out of the mud, but you can't keep the mud out of the gear.
Oh, that's good, Martelli. That's really good.
Make sure there's no more hot spots.
Pull up those hoses.
Martelli!
I'm sorry. Why?
I had my shower for today, thank you.
Well, you must have missed a few spots.
This fire didn't.
Yeah, you won't even recognize the place as soon as some of this foliage grows up.
Anybody seen Danny? I sent him out to check some equipment.
The last time I saw him, Dad, was when we put out the fire. He brought us canteens.
I told him to skirt the area and check out these stumps, and I told him to come back to you.
They never came back to me. Captain Hobbs?
Yes?
Danny been with your group?
No, sir, not today.
Haven't seen him since we knocked down the fire. Thank you very much. I want you to fan out, search the gullies on this hillside. It should be easy to spot in those yellow turnouts.
You'd think we'd see him. There's not much cover left standing.
Well,
What about the chopper, Chief?
well, I released Chris. I'll call him back. Start searching.
Let's move.
Pull up the slack.
Danny! Danny!
Daddy!
Danny!
Danny, can you hear me?
Helicopter 6 from Battalion 6. Are you presently available?
Roger, Battalion 6.
I need you back at Drexler Canyon. We can't find Danny.
I'm on my way. I'll be there in a few minutes.
Roger.
Battalion 6 from Helicopter 6. I'll begin my sweep from the northeast corner of the burn area. Any idea what happened, Chief?
Negative. But he must be somewhere around here close.
Roger. If he's down there, we'll find him.
Well, what do we have here?
Excuse me, sir. I was...
Sir, you mind your manners, Sonny. You can call me anything you want, but don't call me a man.
Sorry, ma'am. I didn't know. Think you could give me a hand? I sort of fell down this ditch.
That's what I'm aiming to do. I'm coming down fast as I can.
Daddy! Ted, I'm worried.
He's not going to do anything to get upset. We'll find him.
I was the one who asked him to circle the area.
If you hadn't, I would have. Look, Danny's trained and he's smart. And he knows what he's doing around a fire. If he didn't, he wouldn't be riding with us.
Battalion 6, I've spotted Danny. He's with a civilian.
Good work. Good work. Roger out. Jack, start her up.
No, you're all right. Say, it looks like you was pretty lucky all the way around. Come on.
Danny? Danny! You okay, partner?
Yeah, I just twisted my ankle falling down.
I think it's going to be okay.
Danny, are you all right, son?
Yeah, I was just running around the edge of this bird. I sort of fell down this ditch. Never thought there'd be a ditch here.
It doesn't look like this slide's been here very long.
I sure never seen it before.
I'm Chief Rorchek, ma'am. Want to thank you. Very grateful for your help.
Oh, no problem. I'm Cornelia Clemens, but you can call me Clem.
Very good.
Well, I'll see you all later.
Excuse me, Clem. You know this area very well?
Yeah, I know every stick in it. I live right back in that mountain, old dry creek bed. Well, I'll see you.
Okay,
Wait, I didn't even thank you.
Sure you did. Take care of it.
Come on, Danny.
Let's get Danny up here now.
Let's get in the Chief's car.
Ready.
Oh, thank you, Mary King.
Yeah, okay. There. Watch yourself.
You got 10 minutes, young man. And don't forget your history homework again.
I'll get it.
Oops. Mad Dasher strikes again, huh?
I'm on my way to school.
Enthusiastic about school. Great. Okay, you're on the clock.
I gotta get my books.
Doesn't he ever walk? Good morning, sunshine.
Morning.
I'd love to have 3 eggs and some hash. Problem?
I haven't got time for a big breakfast this morning. I think there's some eggs left there in the stove. Oh.
All right. Okay. What's the occasion?
Doesn't anybody around here care what the adoption people think but me? Do I have to do it all alone?
Oh, yeah. Well, this Friday, of course, the adoption visit. Oh, what's the name of that lady?
Mrs. Willis.
She
is coming here at 6. I have got class until 4, but everything's got to be absolutely perfect when she gets here.
Well, you get along very well with Mrs. Willis. What's the panic?
But she has never been here to the house. You have never met Mrs. Willis. She is very helpful, but she could spot something she doesn't like that fast. That's her job.
But, not to create an argument, she's coming here to measure the quality of the family, not the shine on the floor.
There is no shine on our floors, not yet. But I have written down a few things. There you are. Do what you can. I have got food to fix. I've got to go to the market. I do not believe this day.
Sorry, I had to be at the station yesterday. I could have had all this
Oh, yesterday. Joe, about yesterday, not a word. I don't think Mrs. Willis needs to hear that Danny got hurt in a brush fire.
Wait a minute now, wait a minute. Wait, hold it now. That was a freak accident. And Danny behaved extremely well. He really used his head. He was thinking. And I think Mrs. Willis would be very impressed.
No, Joe, please, don't bring it up.
The windows have been washed inside and out, the walk edge, and the lawn mowed. Anything else?
Not that I can think of. Dad? Dad?
Huh?
You don't have to vacuum under the couch. I don't think Mrs. Willis is going to look under the furniture, you know.
Oh, but your mother will. She thinks Mrs. Willis is going to come in here with white gloves, testing the tops of bookcases for dust. Danny should really be here helping us, you know?
You're right. Is he okay?
Oh, sure. His ankle isn't bothering him much. Oh, that reminds me. Instructions from Mom. Talking about yesterday's incident is strictly taboo.
Well, why?
Well, Mom knows that woman and we don't, so let's just keep it in the family.
No problem.
Listen, I want to ask you something. You do agree that we didn't do anything unsafe with Danny yesterday, don't you?
Not at all. In fact, I think half the time you're overly protective.
Plug me in.
Now, fix your sleeve. Come on, will you leave my
What do you want to
sweater?
look like, a slob? Turn around.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Thanks, Mom. Surprised she didn't slap my hand.
Oh, Danny is going to get it. He is really going to get it this time. I told him 5. Your father heard me tell him.
Well, he's not the most punctual person in the world, Mom.
Besides, Mom, Mrs. Willis doesn't need to see Danny. She knows him. It's us she wants to meet.
But she wants to meet us with him. Oh. Oh, fine. She's here, he isn't. Perfect.
Relax. Everything's fine.
Mom, Danny will be here. Just explain that to her.
Of course. Come on, let's go to the door.
What else can we do?
Good evening. I'm Robert Watson, County Adoption.
Oh, come in, Mr. Watson, please. This is my wife, Mrs. Rorchek.
Ann Rorchek, and these are our sons, Ted and Chris Rorchek.
How do you do?
Don't let all this paperwork scare you. We're really just going to talk.
Mrs. Willis, is she coming later?
She can't handle every case. Looks like you're stuck with me, huh?
Well, the fact that it's a man could be a break. Maybe.
Yeah, even this man had to be a boy once.
Well, I'll tell you what. You hit him high, I'll hit him low.
You got it.
Yes, I used to be with the Department of Social Services. And then I decided to specialize in adoption placement.
There you go.
No, thanks.
Do you like some,
No, thanks.
Would you like some coffee, then?
Now, if I ate and drank everything that was offered to me on these home visits, I'd be 20 pounds overweight.
Well, Mr. Watson, Danny's probably winding up a tough 9th inning about right now. He's got a killer fastball, you know.
Ted, I really don't think that Mr. Watson wants to discuss how Danny spends his spare time. Not that he has that much, what with his studies and his chores.
Well, you know, recreation has its place. We all have to play a little.
Well, that's exactly how we feel, too. Matter of fact, when Danny starts throwing 60% on his fastball, I'm going to teach him my screwgee.
What would that be?
A screwball. You know, starts out high and takes a dive over the plate. Well, you know.
I'm afraid contact sports is a subject with which I'm fairly unfamiliar.
Well, baseball is hardly a contact sport, Mr. Watson.
It is if you get hit by the ball.
Well, I guess so. I never thought of it that way.
Ted, I was telling Mr. Watson that Danny's taken over your old room and that he's added a few touches of his own to it.
Oh, yes, and you should see how neat he keeps it. I guess that's very rare.
On the contrary, it happens to be the rule. Prospective parents always seem to think that a neat room is the key to a child's personality, the Rosetta Stone. Little girls' rooms especially. They always arrange their dolls in family groupings on the bed.
Excuse me one minute.
Excuse me.
Let me explain what I would like to accomplish. I want to help you understand the adoption process if you have any questions. I also want to observe how you and Danny interact. Perhaps we can all
Nice
talk
work,
about
Barney.
some
You really blew it this time.
we've had
I'm
together.
only 10 minutes late.
You're an hour and 10 minutes late.
Well, how's it going? How's Miss Willis?
They didn't send her. They sent a guy named Watson in her place.
I don't know him.
Well, so far, all I know about him is that he doesn't like baseball. Hey, how'd you do this?
Baseball.
Oh, that's just great. Don't tell him that. Hey, don't worry about it. It'll be just fine. Just tell him you were late because you were helping an old lady or something.
I?
Just be yourself.
And how you solve it?
The standard shift at the fire station is 24 hours on.
You stay there all night?
Well, not every night, no. It's 24 hours on and 24 hours off.
And what happens when you're on duty and Ann's in school?
Look who I found. Mr. Watson, this is Danny.
Hi, nice to meet you.
I've been hearing all about you. So, you were delayed?
Well, it was recreation.
Did you hurt yourself?
Oh, no, sir. I twisted my ankle yesterday at the fire.
There's nothing much to it, actually.
Fire. Would that be in connection with your participation with the Fire Explorer program?
Yes, sir.
Danny's an excellent fire explorer. Wouldn't you say so, Dad?
Yes, certainly one of the best.
How did you hurt yourself?
I fell into a ditch running back from the fire line.
Well, Danny is making it sound worse than it really was.
Well, he's really very resourceful.
Let me get this straight. As part of the Explorer program, you had Danny on the fire line?
Oh, no, of course not. He was way to the rear. This freaky accident should never have happened.
That's an understatement.
Rule number 1, I'm never allowed to be in a position of danger.
Not yesterday, it would seem.
Mr. Watson, Danny always follows the chief's orders.
Well, yesterday, well, that certainly isn't what we want for Danny.
I think what my wife is trying to say is that we don't want to see Danny in any danger, of course, but that the Fire Explorer program is a very good one. And since the subject has been brought up, it is also not dangerous.
That's interesting. Why don't we move on to Danny's school performance? I have a transcript of his
You
grades.
said interesting. What did you mean?
But as a parent, you would think allowing Danny to be where he has to run from a fire is good for him.
That is a complete distortion of what I said.
That's the way I read it. Now, I don't have too much time. So if we may go on. I see Danny's math grades aren't improving. Of course, I don't decide the adoption. I just describe the situation as I see it.
Which is?
Everyone wants to know what my reports will contain.
Well, we're no different from anybody else. We love Danny. We want to adopt him, and we would like to change anything that might prevent that from happening.
All right. I'm discouraged by what I heard concerning Danny's safety. His near brush with the fire, he should have never been near.
I explained that very carefully.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Watson. Thank you for your candor.
You're welcome. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
I knew it. I just knew it in my heart. I told you, Joe. I told you.
But he's wrong.
What we think doesn't count. What that man thinks is what matters.
You make no sense at all. You know how many dozens upon dozens of boys I put through that Explorer program. Never a problem. It's safe. And look what it did for Danny. He's not the boy that he was. He's self-reliant. He's responsible.
You can think of all the adjectives you want to. That man doesn't see it our way. He is writing a negative report. Don't you know what that means?
We're not going to lose Danny because of that man.
You are right about one thing. We are not going to lose Danny, even if it means he never gets on another fire engine for the rest of his life.
That toaster needs turning. Something's burning on it.
Yeah, I know. I dropped a piece of crust down there a little while ago. I can't get it out.
A little while ago. 5:30. What time did you get up?
Well, 3 o'clock, 3:30. Paper wasn't even here yet. I finally met our paper boy. He's about 40.
I have a confession to make.
Me too. You go first.
I wasn't asleep when you got up.
Do I know? Why do people try to make somebody else believe they're sleeping? Danny tries that on me all the time.
Well, I didn't know what to say to you. We haven't had a set-to like that for a long time, Ann. That was an unproductive argument. I'm sorry. Really am.
I thought it would solve anything. I would take you on again right now, Joe Rorchek.
Oh?
Even if you are bigger than me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Never stopped it before.
Oh, we shouldn't have to go to work today. Be another whole day before we get anything settled.
Well, give us a little more time to think about it, huh?
One more time to go apart. I hate that.
I made you a promise last night. I'm going to keep it. Although I'm still not convinced that being an explorer is going to affect Danny's adoption one way or another. What about your promise?
Yes, yes, I will send Danny along to the station, but only to the station. He must not go out on any fire call.
Okay. I'm going to get to work. You said you had a confession to make.
I only like peanut butter when I'm mad at you. You want this? I don't want it anymore.
Ground's hot. That shouldn't be.
get you. I came to visit.
What Mom means is that she came because she's worried about us.
How can you be worried about me? I'm sitting here reading magazines.
Danny.
Joe, I didn't come down here because I was worried that you were in any danger. I was worried about us, the Rorcheks. We couldn't just sit around home all day. I want... Well, the reason for all of this has been for us to be together. All of us, as a family. Not like last night.
Not like last night ever again.
But that doesn't mean I've changed my mind.
Code red. Code red. Reported smoke in Drexel Canyon.
Drexel? We put that fire out the day before yesterday. Come on, Danny.
Joe!
Oh, I'm sorry. Force of habit. You better stay here.
I knew it! Can't I go, please? I'll stay on the truck.
Oh, all right, but you ride with Joe.
Danny, stay put.
What's burning? Doesn't smell like a brush fire. I can't place it.
Helicopter 6. What does this look like? What do you see from your position?
The ground is covered with a low layer of smoke. It's almost like a fog. I see someone half a mile further down the road from your location.
Roger. Now, you fellas stay here. I'm going up the road.
You guys be careful.
Okay, Haley?
Yeah. Stay back.
Let's get the breathing apparatus out.
We better get out of here. This gas tank is low.
All right, go. Move. Over there.
It sounded like it came from the direction where the chief was headed.
Chief Rorchek from Captain Hobbs. Chief Rorchek from Captain Hobbs. Do you read me?
Captain Hobbs, this is Chief Rorchek.
What were those explosions?
My car was surrounded by fire, and it's exploded. We're not injured, but we're trapped by a ring of fire all around us. We've taken cover in a ditch just west of your location. But I see no safe way of us getting out of here right now. You take command.
You got any idea what's causing the fire?
Well, it's coming from somewhere underground. The terrain is covered with fissures caving in. And fires are erupting all over the place. A lot of smoke. We'll try to assess the amount of damage being done and the extent of the fires below ground, but don't come close to us, because you may be trapped yourself.
Roger, Chief.
Why don't you try Chris in the chopper?
Helicopter 6, this is Captain Hobbs.
Helicopter 6, do you read me? Roger. Did you copy the chief's message? Affirmative.
I want you to fly over the chief's location.
See if you can determine the extent of the fire
and what is actually burning.
Roger, I'm on my way.
pressure on. And Danny.
Danny, take a couple of whiffs of air, but only when you need it.
Chief, the smoke is getting worse.
Battalion 6, this is Helicopter 6. I'm right above you. Your location appears to be protected for the moment. I'm not going to attempt any rescue until this wind subsides. I'm having trouble controlling the chopper.
Roger, Helicopter 6. Don't endanger yourself.
Right, Chief.
I was right there when everything blew up.
Chris didn't have to come back in on account of the wind. I'd ask him to fly over that fire again. It looks like our best bet is to come back around to the north of that rise.
You can't do that. You're going to run into fire along the way and get trapped like them others.
Listen, Clem, we appreciate your help and ideas, but we don't have time to play it safe. We know our business.
Well, you may know your business, Sonny, but you don't know nothing about this mine.
Mine?
The one you're standing on top of. Shoot, don't you know nothing? That's where the fire is coming from. This ground's been hot enough to fry eggs on. A couple of gullies opened up due to cave-ins, and they started to smoke. And that's why I called you fellas.
Well, how come you know so much about this mine?
Because I own it. I bought it in an auction 40 years ago. I thought you knew it was down there.
Our maps only show surface features, but let's hear about it. We're running out of time.
Yeah, well, wait a minute now. Listen, come on up to my shack. It's just a few minutes from here. I got drawings that'll show you the whole layout.
So steer clear of the Drexel Canyon off-ramp. It looks to me like the fire department has got all they can handle in there and would appreciate your cooperation.
Is this the same area that burned 2 days ago, Pete?
Appears to be, but it doesn't look to me like a normal brush fire. As I told you, I've been monitoring the fire department radio, and they've got 3 of their people hung up inside a ring of fire, and the chief's car has apparently been destroyed by an explosion.
Mr. Watson.
Good morning, Mrs. Rorchek. I hope you don't mind an unofficial Saturday visit, but seeing as you were so concerned last night, I thought we'd talk about this some more.
Oh, Mr. Watson, not today. Please, come back some other time, but not today.
Is anything the matter?
It's my husband and Danny. There has been some kind of accident on the fire line. Really, I've got to go.
Are you sure you can drive? You're pretty roared up. I'd be happy to take you.
Well, that's not necessary.
Of course it's not necessary, but I'd like to help if I can.
All right. Thanks. That would be very nice if you want to drive me, but really, we've got to go.
Hobbs, this is Rorchek. There seems to be a cave entrance just a short distance from us. Could be a possible escape route.
Hold on, Joe. I'll check it out with Clem. Sorry, Joe. Negative on that question. That's no longer an entrance.
Roger.
Now, there's the old Atwell Mining and Mineral Company mine. Over 10,000 feet of tunnels, about 2 miles worth.
Perhaps you could tell me why this mine's on fire.
Simple. See this here ore? This is what they used to take out of the mine until they got so much natural gas seeping in they had to close her down. Plus, they filled the mine up with industrial waste before they sealed it. Now, the stuff, when it burns, is toxic. It can even explode. Some of those embers from that brush fire a day or so ago must have found a fissure and started the whole thing off. It could burn days, weeks.
How accurate is this map?
Well, it's about as accurate as a weather report. They're right most of the time, but don't count on it.
Can you show me exactly where the explosion happened?
I'd say about there.
And that's a mine shaft running right underneath.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she said this map's not that accurate.
Well, the fire's coming from the mine, and it's all around your people, so I'd say this time it's right on top.
We don't dare cross that ground to get to them now for fear of cave-ins.
Well, plus, if the fire's been fed by natural gas, we're not going to be able to put it out on the surface. Is this a ventilation shaft?
Yeah, they got them spaced along here every 100 yards or so. Most of them are plugged up.
Well, that's it. We move in through the mine, and then we get them out through the ventilation shafts. Well, who's got a better idea? Captain? Do it. Let's go, Chris. All right, let's move it. We don't have much time.
Better put the masks on. Smoke is getting too heavy.
How much air do you think we've got in these tanks?
Less than 30 minutes worth.
How much longer, Stuff?
Just a couple more boards.
Let's get that thing torn down.
Just about got it.
Captain Hobbs, this is Ted Rorchek.
Captain Hobbs, this is Ted Rorchek. We've almost cleared the entrance to the mine.
Roger, Ted, this is Captain Hobbs. We're standing by here. Proceed with caution and keep us posted on your progress.
Roger, Captain. We're starting inside. Okay, guys, let's move it.
How long can they hold out, Harry?
I'm not sure, Ann. Smoke is so bad now they're on full air. I figure they got 10 minutes, maybe less.
Isn't there something else that we could do? I mean, we can't just stand here and do nothing.
Ann, Ted and Chris are taking in a rescue party right now. We're doing everything we possibly can.
It's not me.
It's fine.
How come you're running out of air, but we aren't?
I'm bigger than you are. I need more air.
Can't Chris fly in some more tanks? No! There's too much wind!
I better call Captain Hobbs.
No, let me do it. You conserve your air. Captain Hobbs! Captain Hobbs! This is Haley Green.
Roger, Haley, this is Captain Hobbs.
Chief is down to his last 3 minutes of reserve air. And the fire is advancing. They can't hold out much longer.
Roger, Haley. A rescue party is coming to you via the old mine tunnels, so hold on.
Dad? Haley, it's Ted.
Just hang on a few more minutes. We're on our way.
Where two tunnels intersect. Which one should we take?
We seem to have a problem here, Ted. According to this map, there should be 3 tunnels intersecting at your location.
Wait. Let me take a look. No. There's only 2. This one was never built. These dotted lines show planned construction. Tell them to take a left.
Ted, this is Captain Hobbs. Take the tunnel to the left.
Roger, Captain. This way.
It's just a matter of time now, Ann. Just keep our fingers crossed.
Okay, guys, watch the falling embers. This whole area looks real shaky.
We're right behind you, Ted.
Everything's going to be all right, Miss Rorchek. You'll see.
Captain Hobbs, this is Ted. Come in.
Roger, Ted.
Captain, we've got a cave in. We can't proceed any further. Can you suggest an alternative route? Repeat, can you suggest an alternate route?
Let's see. Here. Tell them to go back to the intersection and turn left. See where it links up there?
Ted.
Suggest you return to the intersection and take the left tunnel.
This place could cave in any minute. Right, Captain, we're heading back. Repeat, we're heading back. Come on, guys, let's move it.
How much time is there left in those tanks, Harry?
I'm empty.
Hang on, Chief.
Is there anything I can do, Mrs. Rorchek?
No, thank you. Nothing at all. How much longer, Harry?
I don't know, Ann. Let me check with Ted and Chris. Ted, this is Captain Hobbs.
What is your progress?
Captain, we've reached another intersection in the left tunnel. Should we take the fork to the east?
Negative, Ted. We've got very little time. The only hope is to take the other tunnel and for you to try to break through the old cave entrance in the Blaze area.
Right, Captain. All right, let's go. Watch your step.
Shouldn't we call Captain Hobbs again and advise him of our condition?
Captain Hobbs. Captain Hobbs.
Say again, Chief. We can't reach you.
Captain Hobbs! Captain Hobbs! This is Danny. The Chief's out of here and I'm sharing my tank with them.
Roger, Danny. Hang in. The rescue party is almost to you. It's just a few minutes more, so hang in there.
Would you please stop that? It's more than I can stand at the moment.
I'm sorry. It's a nervous habit of mine.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bite your head off. It's the waiting.
No, you don't owe me an apology. I'm the one in the way, feeling useless. Believe me, Mrs. Rorchek, it's not normal for me either. I can usually be of some help. But it's terrible to just stand around imagining what they're going through out there.
Everything is going to be just fine. In a few minutes, Joe and Ted and Chris are going to go back to the fire station and have lunch just like any other day. And Danny will be coming home with me. And that's the way it's going to be.
Yes, that's the best attitude to have. It's that I've just never been close to anything like this before, so it's very hard for me to know what to think.
To tell you the truth, at this moment, nobody cares what you think.
No. I had that coming. We shouldn't be talking about me.
What is taking so long?
I guess they're just about ready to cross into this section now, right, Clem?
Well, I hope so, but like I warned you, these maps ain't worth a hoot.
But you have been down there, right?
Only once, and only in the main corridor, never back in the deep shafts. There's no way of telling from up here what those fellas are going to run into down there.
Looks like the end of the road. Gotta get across to the west tunnel.
It looks bad.
Is it very wide? Looks like about 15, maybe 20 feet. Listen, I'm going across. Chris, when I get over there, I want you to follow me. We're telling, Steph, you wait here. We may need your help on the way out.
Okay, let's go. Hurry. All right.
Dad? Haley? Danny, we're here!
It's dead!
Careful, Danny.
Danny! We're gonna get you out through the mine tunnel! Come on, Cliff, let's move these boards!
It's dead! We're gonna be okay! Captain Hobbs, Tad's here! We're going to be all right!
Joe, hurry up. Mr. Watson will be here any minute. Oh.
Relax, Mom.
Get rid of this, Danny. Hello, Mr. Watson. Come in. Can I get you some coffee?
No, thanks. I had
No?
more than my share the other day at that fire.
Oh, Mr. Watson. It was a little dicey out there, wasn't it?
Well, thank goodness that is all behind us now.
Well, it's very unusual for Danny to put himself into that kind of danger.
Yeah, most of the time he could be seen at the firehouse studying manuals.
And doing little chores.
Well, whatever you've done as an explorer certainly has built your character. You're not the same Danny Blake who came to live with his family. As you know, there are still some questions to be resolved before the adoption is final. But you have my endorsement. It's all in my report.
That's great. You're no longer discouraged.
I was afraid after that little problem at the fire.
Well, actually, it was that little problem and the way that Danny handled it that changed my mind. You are a most remarkable family. Your love for each other is extraordinary. You're just the right family to adopt Danny.
Hey, that's great. Thank you. How about that, Danny? Huh?
Hello, I'm Lorne Greene.
And I'm Andrew Stevens. We have a safety tip for you from the Los Angeles City Fire Department.
The fire records prove that smoke detectors are saving lives by giving a warning before deadly smoke or a killing fire can develop. So protect your family by providing smoke detectors in your home.
And on a regular basis, make sure your smoke detectors receive the required testing and maintenance. And remember, a smoke detector that's defective or disconnected can't save anyone's life.
It's a nicer world with you in it.
So be careful, will you?